Welcome to D20 Deathmatch!
Woo! As we dive back into the void, it looks different this time around. The storms are brewing all across the land. Fire and hail all pour from the sky. Tornadoes sweep the land, destroying crops and homes. Earthquakes rumble beneath our feet, and lightning of all colors dances across the sky. The land is in turmoil. And as we head toward the Dread Fortress, those volcanic eruptions are volatile. Intense heat constantly blowing up everywhere you might look. It is treacherous. Nothing dares fly or walk these lands. Only mere magic now gets you inside these walls. And so we find ourselves, Elucia, clanking now with heavy weights on her ankles and wrists and neck as she charges down the hallway, being summoned by her uncle, the Shadow King. She barges into the room itself, now decorated in the theme of the Shadow King himself. What is it that you want?
Elucia. Happy birthday.
Much of a birthday. She'll hold up her wrists with those gold bracelets inscribed with magical runes heavy upon her.
Well, you don't have to be so sour about it. It's a day for celebration.
Yay.
You're another year older, and maybe wiser. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Excuse me while I don't put on my party hat for this. And she is sans crown this time around.
Well, if you're not going to be excited about your birthday, well, perhaps you'll be excited about the continuation of your little death match.
We're not continuing the death match. That stupid amulet you gave me, I'm not going to use it. That's cursed magic. You don't open or walk through planes with that, and she'll take that amulet and throw it on the floor towards the feet of the Shadow King. Cursed magic shouldn't be used. No one's that desperate. Except for you, and she'll spit at his feet.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. As he snaps his fingers, that amulet disappears and reappears around your neck. I thought that we might encounter some turbulence today, so I took it upon myself to prepare for you a grand celebration in your name. In fact, I've invited some of your closest friends. Those you haven't seen in quite some time. As he raises his hands from the shadows around your feet, 2 stone sarcophaguses raise out of the floor, and as the lids fly off, the skeletal remains of 2 individuals that you know very well as Atalantos and Kaya.
My friends?
Yes, I've been filling myself in on the history of what became of everyone after our little spat years ago.
How could you do this? And she'll linger just a second longer over Kaya's, just her eyes holding onto there. How could you do this?
It was easy. It was a little bit of cursed magic, as you like to say. Shall we see if they want to wake up? As he snaps his fingers without even waiting for your answer, and their bones begin to creak and the flesh begins to regrow on their bodies, covered in a shadowy etherealness as they put themselves together and began to be raised up to their feet. Well, Lucia, I think you know these 2, but perhaps we let them introduce themselves once again.
Kaya, Atalantos, I'm sorry you've been put in this position. But we're bound now in this order. Atalantos, will you begin?
You raise my bones. You give me life once more. But If more death must come, then I will surely bring it. But what is this? An old friend? Is this some sort of mockery? A game? Lucia, what is the meaning of all of this?
I'm sorry. It was a trick. A trap, really. I didn't know he was here, but he... Feeling the restraints tighten around her, not just in physical, but what she can say. It is the Shadow King's will. And you must fight. Once again, dear friends.
Well, if this is the case, so be it. What say you, Kaya? Care to dance with death?
This is a type of headache that I'm quite used to. Ugh, I was having such a great time on the other side. I suppose there's only one way out of this. If I'm to return from whence I came. Hey, Lucia, you seem a bit in a bind.
Trying to move forward towards you. It's almost as if her feet are frozen. I've been wanting to meet you all again, but not like this. We know death calls for us all, but I didn't expect you to have to revisit it in such a way. Both of you set the standard of the deathmatch. In the very first one, the history in the making. And yet you've been drawn back in this perversion of magic to give us this show once more. I can't pull you out of this. I'm sorry.
You
Well.
wish to pull us out of this? It seems to be that so many years have passed, you must have forgotten. You see, both of us, we embrace the likes of battle. We embrace death. And if it's to be against one another, then personally, I'd have it no other way.
I have never been one to say no to a fight. Good to see that you are unchanged, Atalantos.
And good to see that you still remain the same as well. But it seems to be that looking at you, you might have grown weaker over such time. You see, every scar is a lesson. And if we are to do battle, then I will teach you many.
How I've missed this banter. I honor both of you tonight. We may not be worthy to view the great battle you will portray for us, but I will make sure that your names will echo once again. Are you happy enough, Shadow King?
Yes! Yes! We're all reacquainted now. Excellent. This is perfect. And I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate your birthday. Shall we be on with it then?
Yes.
And the Shadow King will step up out of his throne, raising his hands. Once again, the shadows under your feet beginning to swirl and becoming a cloud of black etherealness as it raises up into a portal. And likewise, across the void, portals open up in every street, in every town, in every city, in every dwelling, as the Acolytes filter through each portal, making their way to the stands of the arena. The Shadow King motioning you through the portal. Elucia, lead them to my home.
Very well. And may we make it to ruins. She'll hold her hands out, pulling both of our champions through. As we enter the old home, the realm, the kingdom the tall obelisk that once belonged to the Shadow King. It's now covered in red vines as blood drips from it, soaked in as if this plant, this creature of sort that sticks along its walls, that crawls on the floors, is pouring out and taking in this blood at the same time, as if it's the very breath it takes. The red hues everywhere as the very entrance, the door, locked with an eye that watches your every move, twitching back and forth. And while the ground is uneven with vines, the stone, you can find quite assured, still strong in its foundation. My dear friends, my dear love, please fight well. You deserve nothing less in this place. And that, unable to look at them any longer, embarrassed to be seen in chains, she flies up to face her acolytes. Acolytes! In a surprising return, we have our next season of the Deathmatch. We bring it to you and know that I hear your pains, that as your lands are wrecked, your lives in turmoil, you might find refuge here in the arena. That your lives will be spared and safe from the storm as we watch it brew here at your feet. Your blood will not be spilled, but theirs will be. As a sacrifice and a hope of protection, that we may live another day. May you draw strength and hope and inspiration from these champions, for they are no ordinary champions. These are the gods that laid the groundwork for all that you see today. These are the deities whose feet and tombs we have worshipped, praying for their return. And we are not worthy. So as you watch the casting of their spells, the slicing of their blades, remember every move, for you are watching history in the making. And with that, she takes a seat next to a small, tiny throne, empty of a small pug.
Well, that certainly was dramatic. I don't really know what to do here. This is my first time.
Oh, start them with the initiative. Make them roll so that way they know where they're
Yes,
at.
yes, I'm getting to it. Roll for initiative, champions.
Very well.
You guys can click
It
those cross
My
swords.
pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it. No worries.
Well, I find it.
Oh no, we're starting off strong.
I just gave you the best hype speech I possibly could. Will you guys roll a now 1 and a 5?
5.
I thought you were
Yeah,
eager for the battle.
This sounds about right. Good to be back.
Oh, we're rolling at advantage, right? Because we're inspired by.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately, she doesn't make the rules here anymore.
Ah!
Dang.
As the Shadow King takes a step backwards into the shadows and just disappears and reappears up by Lucia. The two of you staring at each other here with the blood surrounding you in round number 1. Atalantos, you're the first to act.
You got it. So Atalantos looking over towards Kaya. They're going to kind of look around the entire sort of battlefield, seeing exactly what it is, seeing the blood pouring everywhere. But they look over towards Kaya, and as they're raising their spear and their shield, they'll look over and they'll begin to say, what do you make of this? A mockery of the past, if you will. They seem to make us fight as if we are animals caged here. So, would you help me give them a good show? Or shall we make this quick and easy and forgettable? The choice is yours. The spear can decide either.
Well, my dear Atalantos, when have I ever done anything plainly and without elegance? Of course, let's put on a dance. Something they will never forget.
And as this is sort of said, you'll see as Atalantos will finally slam the spear into the ground and his entire body again, that same sort of familiar sort of electricity brimming about his entire arm, his torso, even the likes of his helmet. And as it does so, the sort of strange divine energy begins to take hold of him as he is going to activate his Crimson Right, because he is a blood hunter. And he's gonna activate the right of... And we're gonna make it a little bit different. So as the lightning is sort of streaking across all of him, eventually you see as it begins to freeze over and his arms begin to slowly freeze as well, as he's going to unleash the Right of the Frozen as a bonus action. As he does so, he'll look over and he's going to look towards Kaya and say,
I hope the likes of a Lucia with her training. But now, let us see yours. Take your best shot.
and he's going to take the dodge action and let her strike first. Try it.
Wow.
That is a first. Yeah, very well.
Dang.
I'm
Kaya.
into my turn. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting. Shields up, weapon sort of brimming with the likes of the arcane. Let's go.
An easy step taken. I love the energy, Atalantos. You never lost it for a second.
We'll look over towards the likes of Lucia and begin to speak and say,
Win or lose, at least in the span or realm of being slain or being the one slaying, I will gain many scars in this fight, and all of them will lead to what I truly wish for. Their head at the end of my weapon. Now, enough talk. Stand and fight.
that's it for his turn.
Kaya will begin to slowly walk around you in a circle, her hand trailing along your arm, and she'll say, Very well. They say that the more experienced dancer should lead after all. And as she begins to pace around you, you see the shadows pulling towards her. They begin to writhe up her body, almost as if enshrouding her in a dress. And you see these spectral, ghostly hands forming pauldrons, a robe, a cloak, completely bathing her form. As she takes on form of dread, one of the hands crawls up her face, and you can see that the skin on her features begins to melt away and is replaced by a visage of pure undeath. She's gonna move 30 feet away. I'm a caster, y'all.
Your 30 feet can get you probably
How-
about the stairs.
How terrifying is this face?
I'll let you know in a minute. As she begins to dance, she moves with a practiced grace of someone who's seen many a ballroom. And as she's moving, she pulls up the shadows and launches them over towards Atalantos.
As you do so, let's see. I have something.
shadows?
It's getting,
It's a
it's getting
flashlight.
spicy. As you're sort of doing so, Atalantos sees you leaving his sort of attack range, but he doesn't strike. He knows what's to come. and he'll look over for a moment, and you'll see as he'll begin to hold up the spear for a moment, pointing it directly towards you, and all of your vision begins to almost go null for a moment. You struggle to see exactly what you're striking at, and I'm gonna use Blood Curse of the Eyeless on them, and I'm gonna subtract from whatever you about to roll as my reaction. I believe it says NAM, but I'm 90% sure it's at least a D6.
I thought it was a D8.
So I'm gonna. Oh, it's a D8. Okay.
I believe
cool,
at your level, yeah, I believe it's a D8.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll that D8. Oh man. Oh, we're starting off strong. It's a 1. So basically, you have a -1 to this attack roll.
Okay, very good. So as I enter Form of Dread, I gain temporary hit points. I've gained 20 temporary hit points.
Woo.
And that's my bonus action. With my action, I will launch 3 Eldritch Blasts at you.
Eldridge!
Attack!
Is that what? Attack!
Oh. Can I amplify this as well? So I make it for all these attacks? And
Yeah,
all
if you
that?
take the damage, sure.
Yeah, sure. I'm not afraid of that. Cool. All right, I'll take that 4 points of damage. Swing away.
Okay, I have to see if I hit first. First roll was a 13. Wow. Second roll is an 11. Wow.
No.
Third is a 14. Okay. You know, the shadows are just tickling you, I guess.
Wow.
I
Wow.
imagine it's like our bones are sort of creaking. We're kind of getting used to our own bodies again. It's like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, oh, this isn't how it was. I thought, oh man.
Oh, my hip. Oh.
Oh, no. I can help this. And Lucia will clap her hands, and a small little goblin will run out to the field towards you, Kaya. And you'll notice on the tray is a small cup of tea,
Oh,
just
thank
freshly
you.
brewed for you.
Very good.
He'll stand there waiting at the side, just going to be your serving table for whenever you need the tea and need to put it aside.
Do you
Very
always
Not
good.
to be hit. That's Theodore, and he's very nice.
interfere in the festivities?
It's important to make sure they're at their best. What am I gonna do? Just throw them to the wolves? No, we don't even have wolves in this map.
Would you like some?
No.
Very well.
Besides,
Very well.
it doesn't matter. The Acolytes have summoned chaos anyway. After Kaya's turn, we will begin the order. Kaya, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I take one final sip of my tea and I set it aside. That will be all for now.
Then we shall begin. Shadow King, I guess. Can I get a D20 roll from you?
Well, since you asked so politely, why not? Shit.
You are a loser.
All right. Time to pack it up.
I hate you.
Wow.
God
Lucia
damn that
just
one.
loses it, falling
Woof.
out of her seat. Just thrilled to death that you rolled a nat 1.
I'm sorry. I'm not accustomed to these shenanigans. Back
Please
in my
tell
day,
me
people
that-
just murdered each other the old-fashioned way.
Please tell me that the newer generation is at least a little bit better than us right now. At least a bit.
Let me see if I can help him out. We're missing our typical pug who would help us, but I'll stand in as a temporary with a 13. And that's how it's done. She'll side-eye the Shadow King. With that, I have noticed that the Acolytes have summoned not just one, but 2 chaotic events. Let us first start with this, and then after this next round, we'll summon our second one. Atalantos, give me a D20 roll.
Got it. D20 roll.
A 5.
5.
How do we want to play this out? Okay. All right. With a 5, you hear a voice deep in the almost ground rumbling up. You didn't knock. Everybody knocks. And the eye that you see at the door begins to turn a bright, vibrant purple, almost flames lifting from it. Clearly, it's an eyesore. And it begins to burn red at the center. That was funny as fuck. All right. The eye begins to burn red at the center as now laser beams shoot out from the eyes. You both will need to make dex saving throws. Saving throw DC 15.
No, please.
High.
30 saving throw.
That was a nat 20 pun.
It was fantastic.
And that's a nat 20.
Nat 20!
Oh, I'm not rolling that.
You're just, nope.
How do I roll my saving?
Oh, yeah. You just if you in a sheet under attributes, you just got to click on the dexterity word, and it'll bring up saving throw or check. There you go.
11.
11 will not make it. Atalantos, not only do you make this dodge with ease, you are going to get a bonus reaction as this laser shoots off. It's almost as if you anticipated that this was a trap door of sorts, angry and persistent in nature.
As he does so, as a reaction, I guess, will look over and he kind of is just not even really paying attention to it. He's more so he just side eyes the door for a second, holds up the shield, bam, immediately just strikes into it as it deflects off to the side. He has his mind and his eyes focused on the likes of Kaya. He doesn't seem to ever sort of shift his gaze towards anything else other than his opponents. And with that, can't really do anything as a reaction, so he's just gonna wait. He's still waiting for Kaya to hit him. He's still dodging, just waiting.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Coming in, 4 points of fire damage from those lasers. And the door is angry. You almost hear it rattle a little bit. No one has knocked! And with that, we can begin round number 2! Woo! That's right, get on my level.
With that, oh good.
You know that door was imported from France, right?
Oh, God, that's
I had
right.
it put in an age ago.
I'm so, I can't do a French accent. Can we change where it's from?
Sure.
Not without
Belgium.
sounding super cheesy. No, but no, I can't. That wasn't even close to being French. We're gonna
Bangladesh.
stick with the voice.
With that, you'll see as Atalantis sort of looks over towards them arguing. He's just like, he actually comes out of focus for a second.
Wait, Banglo, what? Whatever. Focus, battle. Yes. We got this.
Okay, cool. And Atalantos is going to just start almost banging these shields with the likes of his spears, slowly walking over. And as he does so, he'll begin to speak and say,
Fine. If you wish to run and hide, then let the battle come towards you.
and he's going to bring up the spear, and as he's just walking, it then begins to turn into a jog until it's a full-on sprint as he's going to just jab the spear directly towards Kaya. And what we're going to see is he's going to make the first attack roll of the night. All right, let's see. As he does so, first attack, spear attack. There we go. Goodness! He just jabs it directly towards them, almost cutting off in their entire ear for a moment as he strikes exactly for a kill shot off the first sort of attack roll. As he does so, you can see as more and more bit of where the blood is spilling, it just freezes over as the Crimson Right damage is going to kick into play. So it's going to be that, whatever that is, 9 points of piercing damage. Oh my goodness! and 8 points of cold damage. My God.
You take off one of their ears. Ow. You missed?
No. Very well. I will make sure to strike again. But make me wait even more, and I can make sure not to miss and take your head clean off.
And with that, he's gonna just sort of take the spear back, spin it around for a moment, almost do a slashing, arcing motion with this one. We're gonna see what happens. Spear attack. Hi-ya!
You can certainly try.
19?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, that kind of does. Oh wait, no. 16 points net. No, I'm kidding. Damage. Let's see. Another 9, and then another D8. That's a 1. So 10 points of damage total. I don't know if you're resistant to cold, but yeah.
I am not.
As he sort of does so, he strikes over almost with that slashing, arcing motion, excuse me. As it does so, it strikes over kind of towards your leg as it begins to say,
Keep your eyes on the battlefield. You can flee, but you will meet your fate all the same. Now stand and fight.
and with that, that will be his turn as he's already got 2 lessons off of you, 2 scars. That's his turn.
Well, this is certainly shaping up to be an interesting fight. I thought that these two showed a little bit more, I don't know, chutzpah when
You know, your
we last
commentary
fought.
really bores me. If you keep this up, I'll cut my ear off as well.
Well, you could try. I would just reattach it and force you to listen to me for an eon.
Kaya, go kick his ass!
With pleasure. She is going to use Tasha's otherworldly guise as a bonus action. You see, there is a sickening crack that fills the air as these bone skeletal wings break out of her spine and completely unfurl before you. She is going to call upon the lower planes to become immune to fire and poison. She gets a bonus 2 AC. And with my movement, I will fly up 20 feet.
Does this help you avoid an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
Sorry for bringing that up.
Nope, you're good.
So here's what I'll do. I'll take the attack of opportunity, but I'm not going to attack them. I'm going to grapple them instead, and I'm going to force them to stay here. As he's going to just reach out, he's going to kind of just use the shield part and just sort of drag you directly down to the ground, grabbing you by the ankle. So I need a acrobatics or athletics check.
Very good.
Oh, 15 for Atalantos. Oh. 11 for Kaya.
Atalantos just goes like, "Ooh, you ain't going nowhere." Nah, I'm messing with you. He'll begin to speak and say,
Where are
That's
you
quite
running?
alright, Atalantos. You are exactly where I wanted you. And she'll bring up her hand and she'll touch you on the face. And she'll cast Vampiric Touch.
Drawn from your very lips.
"Oh God."
Yes, where
Be the last one in your spell list.
Huh. Why is it? Oh.
do have to say.
I'll go for it.
I was just gonna say along with chat.
Yeah.
The music is freaking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the music of the shadow.
As this is sort of happening, I guess while you're kind of or trying to find it, and oh, means that cut me off. Oh, never mind.
Oh, it's a nat 20!
We waited for a good reason. Danger has arrived in response. Woo!
Okay.
Warmed up indeed.
Ooh.
You take 24 necrotic damage, and I'm going to drink it up.
66. What'd you roll on that?
24.
24. That's not
Yes.
even. That's not even a crit. That's just your normal.
Yeah.
You normally normal 6, right? Is it 66 normally
Maybe?
at that level?
Actually, no, I don't think so, because
No, it's 3d6.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
the 66
Gotcha.
is the
You rolled it.
damage.
Okay. You did
you don't cast at a higher level of the warlock stuff, or no?
I cast it at 3rd level, yeah. Because with Warlock, it's just
Mhm.
spell slots.
Why would you
Yeah.
like to take more damage?
You think Atalantis is gonna shy away from that?
Hit me!
24 points of necrotic on that crit.
Good attitude. Good
Woo!
attitude. Your lips are now very chapped as all the moisture and life has been taken out of them.
And I heal for half of that.
No, with that nat 20, I'm just gonna let you heal for all of that.
Oh, sorry.
Yum yum. You can hold on for as long as you like. I will too.
I'd rather not, but it's glad to see that you are picking up that fire as before. Let's just see.
And at this point, you'll see as Atalantos is looking over, he's kind of noticing the battlefield for a moment, and he kind of looks over and sees a couple of the corpses off to the side, or all the just bodies sort of laid about. Begins to speak and say,
You toy with me, though. Bring upon your minions, and let the army fight against the spear of Korthun.
he's saying to summon forth all the undead. He does not care.
That gauntlet has been thrown. Kaya, anything else for your turn?
That will be all. I'm going to take my time.
Once again, from the ground below, that voice echoes, "No one has knocked on my door," but it's said in a French accent. With
No one has knocked on the door.
It was a hard one to do, okay? I can't do a French accent. No one has... No, I'm just gonna keep stopping. All right, with that, Kaya, I need you to roll another dex saving throw. Atalantos, since you rolled a nat 20 last time, you are free this time around.
All right, so if that's the case, I kind of want to hit the door, but also kind of want to drag him through the corpses. All right, when in doubt, roll a d20 and figure it out. All right, cool. We're gonna do the dumb option. All right, Atalantos will look over and as he begins to say towards the door,
Fine, if you wish for me to knock on it so bad. Then here, let me deliver a corpse to you.
and he is going to, well, he's gonna like kind of like almost toss Kaya off to the side because they're
Oh
grappling.
yeah,
You
you can totally do it. Really cool.
As that happens, he just walks over. If you want, you can attack of opportunity. He's just going to be like walking backwards towards this thing. All right. As he does so, oh gosh, this is brutal. All right, let's do this. As he does so, he is going to just almost toss Kaya directly towards the door and count that as his knock. Oh my gosh.
Give me a strength to determine how hard you throw. And since you
got it.
technically saved on that one, Kaya, you are only going to take 6 points of damage as that laser burns.
So you said athletics?
Strength.
Yeah, let's do athletics.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna do. Let's
which-
let's make it a strength
that's fine.
strength check for me.
Got you.
Is the laser fire damage?
Yes, laser is
I
fire.
am immune now.
Woo! Well, as you throw her at this door with a strength ability check of 12, as she nears, giant teeth suddenly appear. And will munch down, dealing 8 piercing damage.
Ow.
As this
Kaya
sort of like.
seems,
Oh, good. Nope.
Kaya seems unfazed by this.
As it turns out, this door, while a good doorbell, is also a door mimic.
Goodness.
As
Oh,
those teeth now revealed show themselves and will be a permanent fixture trying to gnaw at whatever is closest to it, but is still stuck on its hinges.
Fair enough. As Atalanto sort of tosses Kaya towards it and it tries to chomp and bite down, we'll begin to speak and say,
Be aware of your battlefield and the opponent in front of you.
and with that, he's gonna just start going to town. He ain't got much for damaging abilities, so he's gonna try his best.
You are starting into your round 3. I'm going to give you a moment to think of it while I demand that the Shadow King try to redeem himself with a D20 roll.
Excuse me, did you say demand?
Sir, would you please grace us with your ever so impressive rolling of the dice?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Oh, it's a 19. It feels good.
Trust me, it
Feels
doesn't feel
18
good for anyone.
Feels 18 better than the last time.
With that 33, a chaos event does beckon, but before we bring that, I notice that a gift must be in store. From high above, the Acolytes and Alucia look to the sky, expecting to see the box of chaos rain down. There's supposed to be a box of chaos. You know, that was you. That was your job.
Oh.
You were the box of chaos.
Oh.
The whole thing from the sky,
Yes,
boom, giving
yes.
things.
The
Yeah.
box of chaos. That's the best name you could come up with.
That's what it was the box that gave chaotic things. What did you expect? It was descriptive. You weren't here. You can't critique it. Just
Yes, give me a moment. 1 second. I can fix this. As the Shadow King stands up and looks around at the Acolytes. Acolytes, you're in agreement that you want chaos here in this place?
of course they want chaos here. That's why they walk through the portals.
Yes. Oh, very well. Very well. As he looks around. Very well then. As he looks through the crowd, he sees an individual. He points. You, Robert Hartley. And he lifts this individual out of the stands, pulling him forward, down here in front of him. Do me a favor and lend me your soul. As he rips his soul out, a shadowy mass, and from the sky, an empty box slams down on the ground, and the Shadow King shoves the soul into the box as pink and yellow flames shoot everywhere, magically into the sky.
And apparently also froth pours from his mouth like a giant fog machine. Sorry, Last Airbender style.
That'll do for now. I'm not sure it'll hold up very long, but it depends on the soul.
The soul is weak. It could last only a match.
Well, then I guess it will be destroyed.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no
I
one
can
really
pay that
cares.
price. Yeah, it's okay.
No one even knows that guy.
No one knows that guy. Very well, dear champions. my good comrades, that box of chaos at your feet, Robert Hartley, will give you great gifts if you visit him. Well, at least okay gifts. Maybe some mediocre gifts. We're not sure, but you'll get gifts of some kind that might help turn the tides of this disgusting battle. May you wield those weapons well. So that will be there until each of you has a chance to get to the box of chaos, or until worse happens. And as another reminder, both of you now have earned hero points from the Acolytes as their cheers and screams for you get louder and louder. Truly, they are impressed for what you have done, and blood has already been spilled. So this is your chance to go above and beyond, to do something great, to go wild and truly show us what you're made of. Just make sure you don't die before it happens. Well, die permanently.
With
Very
that,
important distinction.
Yes.
Round number 3! Get on with it!
so be it. So much trickery, so many games. But that is fine. We shall make it this a game. This is the game where I stab you and you die. It's a pretty fun one.
Oh, I love that
Let us
gameplay.
play.
And he is going to. So first off, let's start. We're going to, as he's kind of searing with a little strange arcane cold energy, will strike over, almost trying to freeze you entirely, almost completely solidifying you in an icy prison with these 2 attacks. And you'll see why in a minute. I'm just gonna make 2 attack rolls, and let's see what he got. Your attack. 21. Pretty sure that'll hit. And we'll just roll the second one as well. 16 to hit.
No.
Gotcha. Oh God. Oh no. I don't like that. All right. So let's see the damage. And I'm gonna do also something a little wacky. So first thing, so 8 points of piercing damage and an extra 3 points of cold damage, but not just that. As Atalantos is striking into Kaya over and over and over again, just creating this sort of frozen prison for a moment, you'll see as he is going to sear a brand into her for a moment, and the brand begins to start boiling for a moment, almost red hot. But you're kind of immune to that sort of fiery pain. However, what you're not immune to, your mind begins to start shifting and changing, and you hear the screams of war, the screams of the battlefield of Korthun, as he is going to sear the symbol of Korthun into you for his brand of castigation. As he does so, we'll begin to look over and say,
Look at what I fight for. And now, this will be the same thing you will die for.
and he is going to use this bonus action and Shield Master Shove. And I want to use a hero point for this. I want to see if I can get crazy with this. I want to shove them, not 5 feet. I want to shove them so far they go flying above, like over the railing into where all the corpses are. That's what I want to do, if that's possible.
We can definitely try. That's super fucking badass. Yes, yes. Especially with your hero point, give me an athletics with advantage.
Sure thing. All right, let's see. Advantage. 26.
Okay, yeah, easily. Grabbing Kaya. Go ahead and describe this yeet that you make.
It's not even more so throwing, it's just a stab and another jab for a moment. And as they're kind of encased in this sort of ice, bam, he just slams the shield directly into them, and all the ice begins to shatter as they go flying further and further away. Their back almost cracks amongst the railing and more, as they can even just go toppling over or stand right at the sort of railing. Doesn't matter to me. I'll let you even choose for that one, but they just want to sort of send you flying over that way. And as they do, they're just going to look over and see as you've gone all the way over there and say,
running again. Very well. Making an old man walk every time.
and he is going to just saunter on over, and he's just sort of gonna kind of look over at the box, just kick it open. All right, let's see what happens.
Rob screams from the inside. Ow!
Oh no. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I didn't. I
There's
thought-
someone in there. Be a little more respectful.
Oh, oh. My apologies. I didn't know you. I thought you. I'm just gonna open you now.
As a shadowy figure crawls its way out. Where am I?
Ugh.
What the fuck is this?
We're fighting.
Yes.
What do you want?
You don't look so good.
I'm a soul in a box.
Well, what else is in the box? Is it just you, or is that like? Why are you in the box?
Are you the gift? That you're a very, very, very strange gift.
I don't know. What do you want?
Kill them. I don't know. Do something.
What are you gonna give me?
Oh.
Atalanta sort of looks around. He's like, I only got my spear, only got my shield. And then he sort of thinks for a moment. Aha, Eureka. And he's going to pull out the likes of a sort of dusty old little dagger that he sort of got, and is like very, very much rusty and more.
Aha! Should this suffice? This is my first ever dagger that I ever got from, well, my uncle, Atalantos Senior.
He reaches up and he takes the dagger with his shadowy hand. I don't know what the rules are, but this is a piece of shit. He shuts the box lid. Roll me a D10.
Oh man. 9.
Roll me a D100.
Oh no.
Tetanus shot.
33.
33. A second. Roll me another D10.
Sure. 1.
1. Okay. All right. As the box lid flips open, I don't know. This was laying around down there. As he floats to you a really shitty looking tank top that's like dingy and yellow and gross and beat up, but the tank top is a robe of eyes. So you now have advantage on wisdom or perception checks that rely on sight. Your dark vision's 120 feet, and you can see invisible creatures.
And it's a
Ooh, nice.
tank top?
Yeah, it's like a really, really dirty, shitty tank top.
Can we make it a crop top?
Yes, on Atalantos,
Show
yes.
off those abs!
Can we just have can it have like the Death Club logo on it?
It can
Yes.
have whatever you want on it.
There we go. Look over, and as he's kind of looking down, like,
What is this? This is branding? What?
It looks
This
good
is
on
a-
you.
It does make my abs look bigger, but that's besides the point. I don't know. Thank you, strange spirit.
Whatever, leave me alone!
Okay.
and just gives him a thumbs up, and then that's all he's got.
Beautiful.
I linked it to
Beautiful
you in your
turn.
Discord.
Oh, thank you.
Also, buy our merch! Kaya, it is your turn.
Very good. What Kaya will do is she will continue her vampiric touch. As she gets thrown against the railing, she goes, "You don't have to be quite so rough. When our dance is not over yet." And she'll try to grab you.
All right. Nah, he'll let this happen.
You don't move?
No.
All right. Okay, a couple of things are gonna happen here.
So you're guaranteeing success on this.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, hold on. If it's like a grapple, well, hold on.
No,
if
it's
grapple,
an
then-
attack.
Yeah.
It's a
if
melee
it's an
spell
attack,
attack.
like, yeah, he's gonna like he's doing his basic defense, but he's not really like moving or whatever. But if it was the ground, yeah, he just let it happen.
No.
I was gonna say, wow, that's really nice of you.
Whoa there.
Mighty kind of you, friend.
Oh, does a 15 hit you?
Nah, it doesn't.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Drink some tea. And that little goblin rushes up towards you to give you a D4 inspo on your next attempt.
Oh, yes, I'm going to need that. This is so unfortunate. But it's funny that you think you're winning, Atalantos. I'm here. If you want to keep throwing me around, that's fine.
You're the only thing to throw right now. Now, must you keep me waiting or will you summon your army? You called yourself a general, yet I see you fighting only by yourself. Where are your men-at-arms? Or was it all lies?
Oh, they're coming. Don't you worry about that. I've got to soften you up a bit first.
The promise has been made. And with that, when we return, we will start with our second chaotic event of the evening. And it looks like they've summoned a third. So we're going to get that too. We'll just do both at the next time around. So we're going to take our first. It'll be a 9-ish minute break. So, Acolytes, while you're here in the stands, feed upon the food that we provide. Nourish your bodies as your bloodthirst has been so far. We'll see you all in a few. Your eyes too big for your head? Does every time you use them, they hurt? Or perhaps they're just hideous to look at, and you're looking to get rid of them. Well, look no longer. We buy red eyes, blue eyes, purple eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, and more. Ready to see things differently? Visit us at WeReallyBuyEyes.com.
Phantasmal Killer. Oh, Lumos, what are your nightmares? What are your nightmares?
Your mom.
What's
Got him!
what you're going to see, your deepest, darkest fear, is my mom standing right in front of you, looking deadly and murderous. She like throws a cookie at you, but like it's a very burnt cookie, so like it's honestly a shuriken at this point, and throws it right at Lumos.
33 points of damage. A significant hit to Lumos the Spark.
Look what they make us give. As these two bicker over something as trivial as a throne while gambling with our lives. It doesn't have to be this way.
Gusmanis will roll over and sort of onto his front bowed legs like a horse does. It's okay, little one. Your suffering is almost over.
He's gonna whisper in Cosmodius' ear.
What a long face.
Ooh. Nice dice, Dice Daddy. Good roll, Dice Daddy. That's it, Dice Daddy. Don't be shy. Get in there. Thanks, Dice Daddy. I love you, and I always have. Even though you killed me, I thought our relationship would grow into something so beautiful that neither of us would be able to stop that love or passion.
Wait, hold on. Just wait, don't go into the light yet. Like, hold him, like, up my arms as he's on fire. Oh, God, this kind of hurts a little bit. We could have been friends. We really could have. But I just want you to know that even in your death, you will be remembered. Because I have a new line of cryptocurrency coming out.
Wait, you what?
They're called NF trinkets.
Oh, God, fucking kill me now, please.
Are you tired of living in suburbia, where every house is cookie cutter and there's shiplap everywhere? We'll live, laugh, love no more. At Van Veter, we know how to help you find the place that has character. A place where you'll never feel alone and your home and your walls creak with excitement. Some places were so quickly evacuated that the decorations and furniture are already there. Oh, and don't worry, the lights turn off on their own to save you electricity. We're always so eco-friendly. Be sure to contact Van Veter to find your forever home today. Have you died?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Stunned silence, kind of unblinking. What is it like to die?
Go ahead and shoot me. Aim for the heart.
If she wants to be shot, let her be shot.
Just do it. It'll be fine.
Pull my arrow back, aiming straight for her heart.
Shadows and what appears to be maybe something akin to a soul begins to burst out from where it's pierced me. And you hear these wailing screams as this void escapes my body and dissipates into the air, and it explodes out in a ring all around me. All of a sudden, it sucks back in. I look very fucked up. Ugh. Well, there you go.
All right, you dumb toaster ovens. Is everyone in lotus position? Excellent. Breathe in and let it out. Excellent. Let's switch it up now. Everyone, kneel to your master pose and get real deep. That's what she said. And just let it go. Thank you for namasteing with me.
And we're back.
We're back, better than ever, or something like that. I don't know. We're at least back. Now, that does mean we're kicking off the chaotic events right away. So, Kaya, give me a roll. And you know what, Shadow King? I'm going to throw you a bone on this one because there's no dog to catch this. So you can also roll a d20.
Ah, perfect. Been waiting this whole time.
I would love to give you a 4.
Go ahead and roll another one.
I would love to.
Drink the tea. Oh!
Match 20.
I don't even have to look at the sheet with this. With a natural 20, all damage is going to be double from here on out. We are talking serious hits at this point. I hope that you all brought your first aid kit, but blood will be shed. That is a hell of a chaotic event. Nicely done. I expect no less from you.
Of course.
All right,
Don't
Shadow King. What did you roll?
A 16.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, 16. Yeah, that's kind of nice. With the 16 on this end, as you look down, these pillars here turn into lightning rods. If you get within 5 feet of them, you will take lightning damage. Shocking, isn't it?
Ooh!
Okay, that one wasn't as good. Okay, that one was a bad one, but I tried.
Your joke is bad and you should feel bad.
I feel a little bad, okay? Fine.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That one really rattled my bones.
I'd like to rattle your bones. Anyway.
What was that?
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
I only have one ear. You have to speak up.
The goblin leans up. She wants to rattle your bones.
Oh. Oh.
I feel like that's just very, very graphic. I don't understand. Like,
Enough with the beautiful imagery. I believe we're starting a new round. Shadow King, can you summon the cards?
As he snaps his finger for round number 4.
Right. Gotcha. So I guess at this point, oh wait, Kai, did you go? Or am I crazy?
I did not.
Wait. You didn't?
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Oh, you're right.
I think I just moved you over here. Yeah.
I take the card
Yes.
back. Wait, you tried to vampiric touch him
Just
after.
kidding. I did, and I missed terribly. It's your turn. I'm totally fucking lying.
Whoops.
It just didn't work.
We're professionals.
I get to
We know
go
what we're doing.
again.
Yeah, I roll again.
fair enough. If everyone is so eager to see me kill you, then enough messing around. Acolytes is what they called these individuals. Well, fine. Tonight, we fight for Cthulhu, and Cthulhu wishes their demise. So grab your arms, your swords, your spears, and your staves, as we seek to bring them to an end.
And with that, let's go. He's aiming for nothing but kill shots at this point, as his entire arm is going to start almost growing with this strange bit of divine light and energy. As it glows more and more and more, he is going to just start pretty much unleashing all he's got. All things that he can do. Let's do spear attack one more time. Ooh, 14. I believe that misses, right?
That does not hit.
Gotcha. He just swings and he misses as he puts everything he has into this first strike. But as he does so, looks over and just sweeps directly towards the ankle, or the back of it at least. Ooh.
Oh, it's a natural one!
Kaya steps over it and gently puts her foot on your spear and says, "You're going to have to swing faster and harder than that, Atalantos."
Bold of you to assume that this is my only weapon.
and bam! Immediately as you say that, just slams the shield directly into your skull. He's gonna use the Shield Master Shove ability and try to knock you prone. Athletics check versus acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
All right, I am quite acrobatic.
Well,
5.
so just wham! Immediately it just cracks you directly into the skull, trying to knock you prone as your world is completely rocked. If I can't actually, you know what? I'm gonna knock you prone. You're getting knocked into the pool of blood. There you go. Have fun.
Promises.
She goes over.
All right. That said, he's going to drop down. Just the blood begins to splash everywhere, and he is in his element. You'll see as bits of it is beginning to start almost rising around him, but that will be his turn. That's all he's
The
got.
blood is to the ankles for both of you. It is a little thick, a bit mucusy. It's been out for a while, but perhaps also not human either.
That
Now
said,
that
he'll look over.
there's
Go ahead.
a little bit of space between us, Kaya will fly up 20 feet into the air and say, "Dance for me, Atalantos," and will cast 3 Eldritch Blasts at you. Hiya! Dodge this!
Yep, that is
23 is gonna hit.
17. That's my AC. That will hit.
Glancing blow on the 17.
And a 24.
If you would like, you do have that D4 from your goblin tea to bump that from a
yes.
glancing blow.
Oh yes, the power of Earl Grey. Add 4 to it.
I call upon the power of Earl!
Who is this Earl? Is he a mighty warrior?
Yes, warrior of the Caffeine Clan.
Sounds formidable.
If I live, may I fight him? I wish to challenge him to battle.
He will keep you up at night.
Depends how long you fight him, the stronger he is. More time, a little more dense.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's gonna be.
Double damage, so 20.
Yeah. 20. All right.
How do I roll the attacks?
You should be able to just roll 2d10 plus 10. We'll just do it that way.
All right.
Plus another 64.
Oh yeah.
So 84 points total on that Eldritch Blast.
And because I am in my form of dread, I get my Grave Touch. You take an additional 2 damage. But you must also make a Wisdom saving throw or be scared of me.
You got it. Just so I make sure I got that right. So that's 22 damage. That's what it says on the screen. And then what is that? Or what does that change to?
That is, so the 22 changes to 44 plus 20, so
Okay.
64, not 84. That's my bad on the math there.
Gotcha. So
So-
64 damage.
Yeah, plus then she did the 2 for the dread, so it's another 4, so 68 total.
God damn.
Woo!
Gonna hurt.
Careful what you wish for.
As the shadows come bursting out, you see them almost seeming to take physical form as they become corporeal. As they are closing distance with you, Atalantos, they turn into skulls with maws growing agape, and they slam into you and shatter into black crystal.
Make this wisdom saving throw. As he looks over all around, he's almost confused, but he sees that all this sort of damage and more of the nicks and tears are getting towards him. But he stands as strong as he can and tries to hold out for as long as he can muster. Wisdom saving throw. I don't think I have advantage or anything, so it's just that thing and then the what do you call it? I think it's gonna fail regardless, but it's a +2 to that, so 15.
DC 17. A sense of dread fills you.
I think. Did you take too much damage?
I'll let you calculate that. In the chat, you see, Atalantos, that so many of the fans cheer for you, screaming your name. Though you have already used your hero point, you feel inspired by them. You feel growth from it. You will get a D6 inspo.
Thank you. As Atalantos feels reinvigorated, he can hear nothing but the chanting of many soldiers at his side, not sort of chanting or not sort of him almost bossing them around, more so telling them exactly what to do and sort of sitting from the sidelines, but them brothers and sisters in arms, ready to fight, all as one. As he begins to just look out towards them, he's bloodied or the bloodied mess, but he's still ready to fight even harder. And that is him.
You look very good in red. That much can be said.
Well, and you'll look very good in dead. Is this all that you wish for? Is this all that you can find? I was hoping for a little bit more. A killing blow, if you will. It seems to be that you are the one missing. My head is here. Should I take off my helmet for you this time?
Yeah, because you have pretty eyes.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything about
Because I
pretty
can't
eyes?
see our eyes. When you have your helmet on, there's a shadow and...
Persuasion roll. Counter insight.
Oh,
Your
man.
eyes, they glisten like the night sky.
A 22. Definitely.
You see through this begging, this request to see your lovely, gorgeous eyes. It will be entirely up to your own choice if you choose to grace her with your presence.
You know what? Been a while. You'll see as he begins to look over and as the helmet is busted up and more, you'll kind of see as it's done and served its purpose as he takes it off and begins to say,
Seems to be that things are growing dire.
and as he sort of takes it off, you'll notice, similar to the mini campaign, you'll notice that he is human, but the one specific thing about him is you'll see as there is one divine light or one divine golden eye, and another one that seems to be writhing in shadows, almost as if it's being infested with the likes of demonic beings and more. He looks and stares you down for a moment. And now, it's all business. And that's it.
I hope this is what you are waiting for. Get a good look at it, because this will be the last thing that you see.
I'm counting on it. And that will be the end of my turn.
Perfect. Shadow King. I need a roll from you.
Oh, it's a nat 20!
Fine. Do whatever you want then.
Yes, I think that I will. I'm getting the hang of all of this. I'm understanding what it is we do here now.
Because that's so complicated.
Well, it's not complicated. As the Shadow King stands up. You, warrior, with the shadowy eye.
Aye. What is it that you seek?
Oh, nothing. But to give you a gift. One shadow being to another. As he stands up, and under your feet, the two of you, the blood under your feet starts to rise and rise and rise. There he goes down here. As the entire space fills with blood as you're standing now in this bloody mess. The blood on the floor, Atalantos, starts to creep up your legs and through your armor and up your face and into your mouth and into that shadow eye, and you're gonna heal for 40 points.
Oh man. As he sort of feels reinvigorated and more, he kind of just slams the spear into the ground, and more of the blood begins to almost explode upwards. And as his wounds are beginning to slowly mend and heal, he begins to look over and say,
Like I said, aim again. I've made it so clear for you. You even have my distracting eyes. Whatever. But now we end this.
all right.
Very well,
That-
champion. Use my gift in round number 5.
All right, in theme of this, he'll look over. All right, great. Okay, all right. You tell me, how crazy can I get with this? So
Go.
there were corpses here
Yes.
originally, right?
They're floating by.
Floating by, you know. Are they like? Would someone argue that they're like kind of alive, dead-ish? I don't know, something. Had a little bit of vitality in them somehow, some way. I'll tell you what I want to do. You tell me what happens.
Yeah, you go
I'll tell
ahead.
you, let's get.
What do you
let's
wanna
this. All right, so Atalantos will look over and he'll see as all these fallen warriors, they met their end, and he'll look over and begin to say,
You all died. Deaths that you might not have been proud of. Not receiving a true warrior's death. Then fine. At least lend me your aid for mine.
and as he does so, he's going to do a thing that you saw him do one time beforehand, and it was going to rush up, almost running up the wall for a second, and as he does so, kicks off it, slamming the spear into the ground, staking it almost like a flag, and all the bits of blood begins to form into a massive spear for a moment, and disperses out into a wave. As it does so, I'm going to use my 11th level ability, Tides of Vitality, and let's get this thing popping. So for every creature up to 4 that is around me, I get to roll a Crimson Right die, and I will restore my health and damage enemies with necrosis, aka necrotic damage and all that stuff. But man, looking to heal himself even more, so I'm gonna roll for that. So yeah, how many enemies or how many dice would I be able to roll? These are D8s. You tell
So
me.
there are the bodies themselves are dead 100%. But as
Gotcha.
you send out that wave, you do feel a pulse of life. As it turns out, there are various blood worms soaking in and drinking this blood, their feast, if you will. You may pull from their vitality. Shadow King, what say you? Roll a d6 to determine how many are there?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Atalantos, you may roll a d6 to determine how many blood worms are around you.
Or
you almost had
that's
that
a-
6.
Hey, that's all I need. As he does so, he'll look over and he's sort of picking each and every one of his soldiers for a moment. And as he does so, he's going to roll for the health and he's going to roll for the damage. So it's going to be 22 points of HP to me and 22 points of necrotic damage, if that means anything to you.
I'm immune.
Embrace it then. Embrace it. Let's go. He'll look over and
Ooh,
we'll begin
that
to...
tickles. Ah.
As he does so, he'll look over.
Very well. It seems to be that you were one with death. Fine. Look, Kaya. I understand that you are a powerful warrior, but I am a man, simply put. A man with an unbroken will, and it will remain broken as long as, or unbroken as long as you keep toying around with me. Please, give me my only wish, in a glorious warrior's death, not this petty bull.
Fine.
Please.
enough playing around then.
For that bonus action, ain't got nothing. So that is gonna be his. Yeah, it's gonna be his turn for that. Yeah.
It's unfortunate that Necrotic did nothing, because remember, you could have doubled it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm immune to necrotic and fire damage right now.
Sick. All right. Kaya, then it is your turn if Atalantos is finished.
Yep, that's me.
Right. If it's by the blade you want to die, then consider your wish granted. As I am flying up above, I will look down and begin to weave a spell. Shadows pool between my palms, and threads begin to descend from my fingertips, clinging to the corpses of the bodies floating by Atalantos. And I will cast Dance Macabre. And we will turn these dead bodies into warriors.
Zombies or skeletons?
Let's do skeletons.
Skeletons look better doing the dance anyway.
As Atalantos is sort of looking over towards all the skeletons beginning to form, he'll begin to speak and say, So you've chosen these as your warriors, have you? They barely even know how to stand.
They only know how to do one thing, and that's all they need. Kill him.
Well, I would love to see you try.
And at this point, Atalantos, he's looking towards the shield, but he's looking towards the great sword on his back. He's considering something in a minute, but that'll be him.
All right. You want these skeletons to run in and attack?
Yes.
All right.
Stab! Murder!
First things first, he's just literally just shield around him and more. He's going to look over towards these individuals. He's going to use... Actually, no, he's going to save that.
All right.
Yeah.
4 attacks coming in then.
And while the skeletons begin to swarm, I'll move there. Still 20 feet up in the air.
14. Oh, no, there they go. 20, 12, 15.
20 will hit. 15 and 12 miss.
Okay.
20's going to hit. We'll roll damage for one of these attacks then. It'll be doubled as well. 12 points of piercing damage.
Got you. 12 points. Got it. All right. And the fourth one, what was that one?
That was it was a 14 to 12, a 15 and a 20.
Gotcha.
Just the
All
one.
right. As he sort of takes the likes of, or takes multiple bits of the slashes, he's holding up a shield, trying to almost surround himself for a moment, but he is being overwhelmed before one of the skeletons is able to get and jab him directly into the torso for a moment. And he looks over towards that specific individual, and he'll look and say,
You. I like you. Let's assist me in a bit, if you will.
and that's it.
End of the round then. We need another roll.
Forget the roll. There's blood everywhere. Just leave them to their own accord, all right?
Fine. I was just trying to get into the spirit of the festivities.
Oh, yeah, by bleeding everywhere. Thanks.
Well, it's not much of a birthday without a little blood.
Listen, that happened on my 13th. I don't need this again.
Wait, this weird? Okay.
Let's start into the next round.
Very well.
So, Atalantos, as he begins to look over and more, unless you guys got to do something.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
All right. So, Atalantos, you see as he's getting ready to strike into Kaya, but then he takes the back end of the spear because there's two ends for it. And you'll see as he's actually going to jab into the skeleton that struck him specifically. And he'll look towards Kaya as he's doing this.
Do you remember when I said that this is a lesson for you?
And as he's going to do so, he's going to make an attack roll towards this guy for his first one. It's all part of the plan. All right, he's going to strike. Hiya, die, skeleton. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's get crazy. He's gonna he's gonna look towards the spear. He's not gonna use the spear. He's actually going to holster it for a moment and holster the legs of the shield. As he does so, he's going to reach for the massive greatsword amongst his back. And as he does so, you'll see as the spear of Korthun will turn into the blade of Korthun. He's gonna use the greatsword and strike that instead, losing his AC and trading it for nothing but damage. All right.
Do it!
I'll just make see in a second. 13. I assume that hits a skeleton.
That will hit.
All right, cool. Damage, died, dummy. All right, he's dead. Cool.
Yeah, that was toast.
Very much so.
All right, cool. As he sort of does so, he strikes into the individual. The blade is kind of locked into his skull, and you'll see as it begins to completely freeze over, and he looks over towards Kaya, and he'll begin to say,
Kaya, you see, you wield your armies so carelessly. You focus on numbers, quantity rather than quality. But it seems to be that even your own men will not fight for you. You, the one who struck me. How would you care to fight for Korthun?
and he is going to use as a reaction his final blood curse of the fallen puppet, and he works for me now, as he's going to amplify that sucker, and he's gonna send him charging towards Kaya instead. And as he does so, he's gonna get, if I can, I'm gonna use my Blood Hunter feature to give him my Crimson Right. I'll take the damage for it, but I want to give him the Crimson Right as well, if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Do it.
All right. I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage, but that's okay. It's freaking cool.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so I take 11 points of damage. Is that doubled as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
You got it. So 22 points of damage, and he's gonna make an attack roll towards Kaya, and he gets a bonus, so you can roll that.
Okay, so there's his normal roll is a 16.
16. It gets it's a +2 to that, and then I also have a D6, so does an 18 hit?
It does.
All right, that's all he needs. So roll damage, and he's gonna also get an extra D8 of cold damage, as his weapon is imbued with might.
I'll let you roll that
Roll that
D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, god dang it.
16 points of damage coming into you.
Two of them will be cold and 14 piercing.
Okay, I take the full damage.
You got it. As this sort of happened, you're sort of distracted with the legs of the skeleton swarming over towards you. Atalantos immediately begins to almost draw the blade, throwing the blood directly towards you for a moment, blinding you for a second. And as he does so, striking from the back of your neck, he's going to make an attack roll towards you with the skeleton fighting alongside him. Great sword attack for a second one. Come on, come on. Leave. 12. Should I use it? That's a tough one.
Up to you.
You only live once. All right. D6. Dang it. 15. I tried.
Let's roll back the clock here just for a minute to do these opportunity attacks from the two skeletons.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Go for it. Go crazy.
First one's not going to hit. The 18 hit?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And also, for everybody, I do not mind throwing the sword. I am perfectly fine with that.
16 points of damage from that skeleton as you go away.
Gotcha. All right. 16 points. Yeah. All right. That's his action. He will literally just sort of like almost try to jump and sort of even toss the sword if he has to. That's the miss as he tries to strike in, but as he sort of crumples down for a moment, he looks over towards this almost flying angel of death, and he waits to see what she will bring, and that will be his turn.
Oh, angel of death, what song will you sing us now?
I will sing the song of Atalantos. Once my friend, now a new plaything for my mistress. I wind up 3 final Eldritch Blasts because they're all going to hit and then you're going to turn into mush. Once I find the button.
Yes! That's always the hardest part.
There you go.
Oh.
If you click it 3 times, well, you do the attack. Oh, that's gonna hit. 26.
Nope.
13, no dice.
Yeah,
That hits.
yeah, that's the one.
All right. 24 points of damage on that first one. Another D10 plus 5.
He looks over as he gets struck with the Eldritch Blast and says, "I'm not dead yet. Again."
Okay, and then that last one is from the Form of Dread. So that's going to be a total of 25 damage.
With that, 25 points of damage. Yeah.
Is that doubled?
All
Yeah,
damage
every
will be
damage is doubled.
So that's 50 damage.
Atalantos, how do you feel?
You'll see as Atalantos looks over towards the Eldritch Blast, searing over towards him. And right before it's getting ready to strike, you see as a small little smile begins to sort of creep up amongst him. As even though he is falling and he's finally getting the thing he's longed for so long, a warrior's death, he looks over towards the scars that are upon Kaya, amongst the skeletons and more. The scar is a lesson. He hopes that maybe Kaya learns something throughout their little adventures. He does not feel sad. He does not feel angry. He is happy. He is proud to see at least his friends once more. To see them trying their best to do as they do before he looks one final thing right before the Eldritch Blast is getting ready to take his head off. Looks over towards Lucia and just says, "Finish this, warrior. I know you can." Before final Eldritch Blast strikes, he is down.
Kaya, with that hero point, you can control those flames as they devour his body, the shape they take, the color, all of it.
As the flames begin to wreath around Atalantos, Kaya will reach down and she'll pull on the flames, much like she did those tendrils, those threads of the dance macabre. She will form the shape of the Sword of Cthulhu, and she'll turn and launch it at the Shadow King.
You can roll to hit if you want.
Okay. I'll just roll an Eldritch Blast.
That's fine. As that,
16.
Do you have a hero point? I don't know something.
This is my hero point?
This is roll with
do with
advantage.
advantage.
I will.
With the will of everyone behind you.
Yeah.
26.
It'll hit.
Yeah. Okay, 13 damage. 26.
Yes.
As that sword goes up flies to the Shadow King and pierces right through his chest. And he looks down at it. Excellent showing! As he becomes incorporeal into a shadow and just forms his body around the sword and steps out in front of it as any of that magical energy just dissipates and falls behind him. Anything else you want to try?
Say something, please. And
Ki-
for a quick moment, Kaya, you see that Alucia is trying to hint to keep his attention.
You see Kaya reach for the skeleton still under her control. Kill him! She begins to cast Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, trying to take his attention.
As you are focusing on these blasts, Alucia will sneak behind to try to take the sword.
Roll a stealth check.
I will. Can you pop my character on there so I can grab the sheet?
Yeah, give me a second.
Actually, I've got it.
Okay.
Shit. A 9.
As you try to go for it, the Shadow King doesn't even look at you, just puts a hand behind himself and just flings that sword into the crowd where it stabs right into Prince Vegeta's heart. Well, are we done here? Is this how we wrap things up?
Not
Alucia.
giving up. Seeing that Kaya is down there in the midst of all this blood with skeletons and fire, throwing everything. I'm not giving up as long as you are here. And Alucia will go to try to take an attack, just even using her bare fist as she is unarmed, to try to hit the Shadow King, feeling invigorated by her, inspired. 17, difficult with the shackles on her wrist.
He lets you hit him. And as you do, your fist sinks through his chest as he once again makes his chest incorporeal, and he just looks at you. Well, if we've had all of our fun for the day, I have one last gift to give you. And as he is wrapped around your arm, he disappears in a moment. He appears right behind Kaya with shadowy hands grabbing her head and twisting it off as her entire body reforms back into a skeleton and falls into the blood, and he holds up the skull. Happy birthday! Welcome and good night to D20 Deathmatch!